Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sari. I'm a knitwear designer and you are watching my knitting podcast videos. And like usually, I'm going to be talking about what I'm knitting at the moment. I have some finished projects as well as some new patterns that I have released currently or recently. For example, I could start with the Alma sweater that I'm wearing at the moment. I think I showed you this in the last video. So this is like a very basic sweater design, very beginner friendly, because I needed something like that for a course that I was teaching. So it was like this online course that I created. Unfortunately, it's only in Finnish. I will link it below this video, like I link everything else that I usually do. So all the yarn names, all the pattern names, all the links are below this video, so you can easily access them. So I created this online course for this Finnish new platform that they created called Suomalainen Monitaito, and it's going to be, or it is already, there's like videos of me talking and showing how to knit a sweater top down. So it's intended for those who have either never knitted before, so I start with the very basics, so how to knit the basic knit stitch and how to purl and how to cast on stitches and so on, but it's also good for people who have never knitted top down. And this was the pattern that I created for the course because I needed like this very beginner friendly pattern. So it started with the neckline, and then there are some increases as you can see here, and then it's separated at the underarm and so on. For the pattern that is on Ravelry, there's one change from the course, because I have made some short row shaping for the back, because I think that makes the fit of the sweater better. So the back is slightly longer than the front, but I left that part out from the course because the course was intended for beginners, and I think short rows, even though if you teach them really well, beginners can do that as well, but it can be a bit intimidating, and I wanted to keep the course so that even a person who has never knitted before could actually manage to do the sweater and so on. Anyway, that was the Alma pullover. I used Sandnes Garn Kos for this. It's a bulky weight yarn, and I think I used 6mm needles, so it's very lightweight. I've been wearing it a lot, and it's like very basic, easy fit. It goes with everything. So, and even though it's bulky weight, because the yarn is very airy, it's not too hot. It's actually really nice to have on. Other things that I have released was the Diona color, which I also released about a week ago, and was this one. I think I also showed you this one in my previous video. And for this one I used Säie wool, which is a Finnish dyer, their Merino DK yarn, and the colorway was called Same Peri. And as you can see, there's this intricate cable work going on the front and also on the back. And I really liked this cable pattern, so I started making a sweater version of it. Here's the neckband, and what I'm going to do next is start increasing for the raglans and making the cables on the front and on the back, and also the collar, as well as this sweater is going to have some short row shaping at the front neck, so that the neck will scoop down a bit, and it will improve the fit, because if I don't make it, then there's going to be like this bulge here at the front, and it's not nice to have on. So that's why we make the short row shaping for it. But yeah, I'm using the combination of Knitting for Olive Soft Silk Mohair. I think the colorway was called Oat or Oatmeal, I can't remember, but I will write it below the video. And the other one is the Rerum Natura's Ulysse, and this is the Poivre Blanc colorway. So that's the combination that I'm using for the Diona sweater. So maybe next time I film a video I have a bit more than just the neckline to show you. That's something that I'm currently making. Also yesterday I posted 3 calls for test knitters, and today I chose the test knitters for the 3 patterns and sent out the test knitting material, and one of them is the Kuutar sock pattern, and I have now finished the first sock, so I knew how to write the pattern. So it looks like this. It has the same Japanese lace from Hitomi Shida's knitting stitch bible, and I used the same modified chart for the Kuutar pullover, and also Kuutar tee and Kuutar beret, and all the Kuutar patterns that I have created. So now we have the Kuutar socks, and for this one I used Matin's Tot Sock 75 yarn. It's a 75% merino and 25% nylon light fingering weight yarn. It's really beautiful. It's kind of like this warm peachy beige, and it has speckles, like very minimalistic speckling. As you can see, there's like brown and yellow and red. And the colorway is called Trésor. It's super beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful sock yarns that I have worked with for a very long time. So I really enjoy using this. So this pattern I sent out for test knitting today. So that means that the pattern should be coming out I think around 20th of October, so in a few weeks. Just in time before the Socktober ends. Other things that I have finished since the last time I filmed an episode, this is the Sveaborg hat, and also I think I showed the Sveaborg collar. I think it was still on my needles when I showed it to you the last time, but now it's ready. And this is similar to my Sveaborg pullover, which I created and released the pattern last year. I will link it below this video. And I wanted to create, because I really like the neck, so I wanted to use the same construction for a collar. So you can see I open the zipper. The lining continues on the inside, and the zipper is between 2 sides of this ribbing, so it's totally lined. And here you can see, and it has also the cable pattern on the back, and then there's this bicord edge that goes around the front and the back. And for this one I used Knitting for Olive's Heavy Merino, and the colorway was called Soft Cognac. And I was planning to use some leftover yarns for it, but I didn't have enough, so I ordered more, and just to be on the safe side I decided to order a couple of extra skeins so that I don't run out of yarn again. And I decided that if I have leftovers, then I will use them for a hat. And for this hat I used the same Knitting for Olive's Heavy Merino, it's colorway Soft Cognac, but I added 1 strand of Knitting for Olive's Soft Silk Mohair, and the colorway was called Dark Cognac. And then all the leftovers that I had I used for a pom-pom for this hat, and it looks like this. It's super warm, super nice. can show you the color as well, how it looks like when you put it on. Just throw it over whatever you're wearing, and you can have this neck either open, or then it can be like halfway, or even like totally up. So that's how it looks like. I have the last two things I still wanted to show you here next to me, and this is something that you have seen before. I showed this to you in my previous episode, and also this one is currently being test knitted, and the pattern is coming in a bit over a week, so I should finish the body before I can release the pattern. So this is the Aurelia pullover. I casted this on last summer in Italy, and then in August and beginning of September I was distracted with quite a lot of other projects, for example the online course that I talked to you about, and then there's going to be this really nice campaign with like this ethical dog food manufacturer called Alma, and I designed a dog sweater and a hat for them, so that has also taken quite a lot of my time. The campaign is launching on Monday, and I will then tell you a bit more about it. And that's why I haven't really had, and of course I started working on the book like I told you in my previous episode. So the Aurelia pullover hasn't been getting as much attention as it should have recently, so I still have to finish the body. So I have both sleeves done, and it's just the body left. And for this one I used Finnish dyer Aara, and this is their Aatos yarn, which is actually a DK weight sock yarn, so it has some nylon in it, but I think because otherwise if you make a cable sweater like this in superwash merino yarn, it can easily start stretching, so I'm hoping the small amount of nylon will keep it in shape. And as you can see, it has an amazing stitch definition, so you can really see the cables pop out in this colorway, and absolutely love it. And like I said, the pattern should be coming out in a bit over a week, and I still haven't finished it, so let's see if I have to postpone the release a bit, but I'm hoping to have more time to knit this weekend and at the beginning of next week, so I can finish the Aurelia pullover. And the last thing, sometimes I get these like crazy ideas that I want to make something, and then when that idea comes, then I immediately have to cast on it and start working on it. And last week around this time I got this idea that I want to make an Icelandic yoke sweater. One of the reasons is that we are moving into the new house at the end of the month, and I've heard that if you use letlapi for a sweater, it kind of like shields you from rain, that it doesn't, the rain doesn't go through the sweater. And because at the new house I'm going to have a small yarn, and of course yard of course I'm going to have yarn at the new house, but I will also have a small yard, and I'm really looking forward to gardening. We have some really nice trees, so there's going to be like sweeping of the leaves and so on. And I wanted to make a sweater that I can use when I'm outside, and also when I'm going outside with Eetu and our dog and so on. So I wanted to make an Icelandic sweater, and then I casted this on last week on Saturday. So As you can see, it has grown quite a lot. And I just started the bottom of the hem. I'm going to add a bit of color work here, and also I'm working the hem and the cuffs in this gray color, so it's going to transition back to the gray. I wanted to have gray first of all for the neckline, because I don't want makeup on it, and also for the sleeves, because if I'm using it for gardening, then I don't want white cuffs to get dirty, so I'm also going to add a bit of color work for the cuffs, and then make the ribbing for the cuffs also for the hem in the gray color. So like I said, I'm using Istex Letlapi in 3 colors. So this is the 0051. This is like a natural white. It's actually more like off-white than like really white. And then the gray one is the colorway is 57. So it's the, I think, middle gray heather, if I remember correctly. It's a super nice gray color. And then the dark is the black heather, 0005. So this is the darkest color that you can see here and here, and it's also coming at the moment. I'm working the hem with the white and the black before I change to the gray one. And it has a double folded collar. I haven't yet sewn it in. It has been really nice to work on this. So this is a new pattern that I'm making. I'm calling it Levi, and Levi is this not a mountain but smaller than a mountain, fjell at the northern Finland. So that's where the name came from. So it looks like this, and I will probably, as soon as I finish the hem and the first sleeve, I will be calling for test knitters for this one. And in addition to the things that I showed you, I also made one hat for the book, and then I'm almost done with the first sweater for the book, but it's a bulky weight sweater, so it doesn't take that long. And I started with the most simple designs because for those I had the clearest idea of what I want to make. So because there are just a couple of details and I knew exactly what the details are like, so they were easy to make. But the ones that have cables or lace, there's so many different lace patterns or cable patterns to choose from. So I've been going back and forth with it, if I want to use this cable or if I want to use that cable, or a combination of the two, or something totally different. So I decided to start with the most simple designs, and I've been getting a lot of yarn at the moment, and we are moving, so I kind of I'm drowning in yarn at the moment for the book, but yeah, I'm going to be sending some of the yarn out to my a couple of sample knitters very soon. So if you're Finland based and if you want to knit samples for me, so not test knitting but sample knitting, that means that you would be knitting the actual sweater that is going to be in the book, you can contact me. I'm always looking for new sample knitters, and I pay for the sample knits, so it's a paid opportunity. You would be kind of like working for me on like that sample knitting. So if you're interested in that and you're based in Finland, because I'm not going to send all the yarn over the world, so only in Finland. And if you're interested in working a sample for me, it could be just a pair of socks, or it could be a sweater or a shawl, then you can send me a message. Either maybe on Instagram is the easiest, I think. I will link my Instagram below this video. But I think that's everything I wanted to tell you today, and thanks for watching. And if you like my videos, remember to press the like button as well as subscribe to my channel, so you will always get notified when a new video comes out. I've been trying to make this more often again, and at the moment I'm trying to make one video per month. And if I make more, then that's just bonus, but at least one video every month, because I had a long break here earlier, so I'm trying to come back on YouTube as well. But yeah, that's everything. Thanks for watching, and see you soon again. Bye!